Oh,
I just got a dope.
That's how exciting this movie was.
No,
guys.
no.
That's how exciting this movie was.
not
You
fair.
saw that yawn?
That's because all my energy was spent in the theater.
It just drained
vibing.
him. It drained him, dude. It was
Vibing.
oh my god, so
right.
action packed. Welcome to Fresh Out. I'm Cude.
I'm JC.
And we're fresh out of Caught Stealing.
Caught Stealing follows Hank, a small town good guy who was destined to be great, but is now caught up in the crime-ridden underbelly of the Lower East Side, New York City in the late 90s. So, Caught Stealing.
Caught stealing. Give me your phone.
Oh!
No, I'm not going to steal his phone.
Thank you. So, this is the newest feat of Darren Aronofsky, most well known for the Black Swan.
Yep.
Requiem
for a Dream.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yep.
Those are some notable ones, right? But this one is actually a little bit of a different tone, a little bit of a different vibe.
This is definitely his most lighthearted tone out of all of his movies that he's done.
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
And it's still dark.
Yeah, actually, so let's talk about it. Give us a little synopsis.
Okay, so we start off with Hank. He's a good guy. He's from a small town. He's a baseball star in high school. He was going to get drafted. Everything was going good. Something happens. Doesn't work out for him. So then we catch him in present day where he is in Lower East Side, New York City, 1998, and all the things that entail that side of town, I guess. I've never lived in New York, so I don't know if it was that bad, but in this movie, it's a bad side of town that you don't want to live on. I'll say that.
It's not great.
It's not
right?
good.
And the characters we meet along the way.
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend, Zoe Kravitz, right?
Hot.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah.
She never disappoints.
Yeah.
And then we've got his, I guess, hallway neighbor in the hallway, Matt Smith. That is
Matt Smith,
which
yes.
we have not seen with a mohawk, and you will see him in this. Most notably known as Doctor Who. He was in Morbius, or not Morbius, Morpheus.
Was he in Morbius?
Morbius. Why did I say Morpheus?
He was in Morbius.
He was
okay,
Morbius.
So his neighbor, actually, his English neighbor, is going out of town to visit his dad because his dad is having a stroke or something like that. So his neighbor has to leave town, so he gets Hank, Austin Butler, to watch his cat in his apartment. And chaos ensues.
Yeah, it seems like it's, it wouldn't be that crazy of a task. You're like, hey, I'm out of town. Can you watch my cat? Sure.
Yep.
All of a sudden, knock, knock. Who's at the door? These two Russian dudes.
hitmans.
And you're like,
so
there's something going on.
Things
right?
start spiraling out of control at a fast pace in this movie. And I will tell you this. The preview shows literally all the funny, comical parts of the movie. This movie is very violent and very serious.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah, I would say, at least from Cude, when we talked about it, the characters themselves have kind of silly elements to them.
Yeah.
But the subject matter overall is not silly.
It's hyper serious.
It's so serious it gets a little violent, and you'll see that.
No, a lot violent. So this movie is violent all the way through.
Completely violent.
So check it out. So if you were going to this movie thinking that it was going to be like Snatch, right? This is not Snatch.
Yeah.
This is way less witty and way more violent, and it's just way grimier of a tone to it. This is not Snatch at all.
In the limited reviews, as far as headlines that I saw before we saw this, it was described as a crime caper, which I can totally see. Right? Yeah. There's crime. There's kind of that, and I think Snatch is also described as a crime caper. But I think, in a very loose sense, for this film, you can't really compare the two, right?
No. Do not compare them, or you will be disappointed.
Yeah.
Do not compare them.
And I think the main thing here is, don't go completely off of the marketing. Sometimes when you go off of the marketing, right, there's an expectation, and it's not to say that this will upset you as long as you just go in saying, I can't stick to that expectation. I think there are
the previews lied though.
The previews lied.
The previews lied
so you're
because
allowed
the tone
to be,
the tone of the previews is not what this movie is, dude.
Exactly. So
this movie is Austin Butler getting beat down, almost tortured the whole movie.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the acting a little bit, which Austin Butler absolutely crushes it.
Austin Butler's good. Austin Butler's good.
You're not going to see him in a grittier, based on his filmography. Like, he really goes in, and we see all of these other characters.
You have Regina King. Regina King.
She is
not her best work. I'll say it's not her best work. It's not bad. It's what was needed for the movie.
Yep.
But yeah, Regina King's in there as she's an officer who's helping. Who's investigating the case of once everything goes bad, and Russ was his name. Russ?
Yes, Russ. That was Matt Smith's character.
Matt Smith's character, Russ, who leaves the whole situation. She's the investigator that comes in and tries to like pick up the pieces of like, yo, what's going on here, dude? He's a major narcotics dealer or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And
I want to add, so we got the two Russian guys, and then we have a third, more of a top boss.
And
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny was in this.
Crushes it.
And Bad Bunny is one of the best actors in this movie. I'll say that.
I actually agree with you on that.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
He was better than Zoe Kravitz. He was more memorable than other characters in it. I'll say that.
Everybody has their role, so obviously certain roles are going to stick out more, but he played the role to a T.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. He did a good job.
As well as, you know, we see Liv Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio.
So that's when we go back to the feeling of Snatch. These characters, the two Orthodox Jew guys, Liam Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio, they are the closest to feeling to Snatch characters.
I agree there. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because they still have a wit to them, but they are still hardcore, but they still have a wit to them.
Yes.
I feel like that type of character, none of the other characters are like that. And that is one thing to me that brought down the movie. Because I was like, if they made every character like these two characters, or written the dialogue or whatever it is, however it was acted or whatever I don't know what it is particularly that makes Liev Schreiber and Vincent D'Onofrio's characters stand out to me, but those were the most enjoyable times to me in the movie, and they have a very short time in the movie. Very short.
I think with their characters, if I had to guess or based on what I kind of saw, there's this seriousness to them, but like innately, they kind of...
It's the banter.
Yes,
there's the banter between them.
There was a banter between them that felt very childish, but real, but like innocent. I guess it was kind of like, yes, it was more that it was real, but it also felt a little silly.
Yeah, it was silly. It was silly too.
But because their characters are so, I mean, right? They're kind of like hitmen. They're known as like...
They're hitmen Orthodox Jews,
Yeah, pretty much everybody in this film, other than Austin Butler and maybe Zoe Kravitz, are kind of like... Hardcore. Right?
They're super hardcore.
They all have an edge to them. And so we kind of see this edge to those characters, but the silliness of a Snatch, right?
Yeah.
And the silliness we don't really see in those other characters.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Dialogue matters so much when you're doing something like this and you're trying to get a certain tone to it. And that's why Snatch, and we keep comparing it to Snatch because that's what I feel like everybody was expecting. Mm-hmm. When you see the preview for Caught Stealing, you're like, oh, this is a new Snatch. Yeah, okay, this is going to be this is going to be a fun ride. It was not fun. It was not a funny ride through anything. It was painful. It was loud. The music was blaring all the time. The gun sounds, I feel like they turned up to the max. Like just everything was super loud, super painful, super violent. This is a super violent movie, guys. So don't expect going into this and seeing like just a couple of people dying and it being a comical thing. Like, no. people get hurt in this movie, and it is not comical at all when they're getting hurt.
Yeah.
It is very serious.
Well,
this is a serious movie.
I think
for the most
certain
part.
scenes that are a little comical, depending on the characters that are causing the pain and chaos.
But that's what doesn't work for me. That's what doesn't work for me. So they try to make this stuff comical. Like, I'll just spoiler alert. They're ripping out stitches out of the side of a character's side. He has freshly stitches in his side. They're ripping out stitches and they're making jokes this whole time, and I'm like, this ain't funny though.
No, that part didn't really translate for me. Funny, if that's what it was supposed to be.
But that was multiplied by every scene.
Yeah.
Every scene that they were doing something violent, it wasn't funny, because even though they were still making jokes or trying to make it lighthearted, I think it's just Darren Aronofsky is not used to doing a early Guy Ritchie styled movie like Lock, Stock, and Snatch.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
and
He's not used to that style. He's used to very depressing, Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream are depressing and dark and moody, and so he's trying to lighten his thing, and I just don't feel like he's the right guy for that tone, and that's what I left with.
Yeah, and I think finding the happy medium for Darren Aronofsky, right? He is not going to be that guy to do the kind of comically crime snatch-esque...
Crime caper. New York crime caper.
Right? So he needs to find what is his version of going outside of his norm to still try to do some version of that where he still wants to keep it emotional, but not so Black Swan, over the top.
Not artistic, not artsy-fartsy.
Not artsy, right?
Yeah.
But still dramatic.
Yeah.
I think he still wanted to keep it dramatic, but it was billed more comedic, it felt.
That trailer.
Yeah.
Do not go off of that trailer, guys. If you go in there thinking that trailer, and that's what messed me up. So JC liked it more than I did.
I liked it a lot.
Right?
I liked it a lot.
And so I went in expecting it to be like a fun crime drama set in New York, you know what I mean? And this is not that. It's not a fun movie. There are fun moments.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's a chase scene that's kind of fun with Matt Smith and Austin Butler.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There are fun moments, but overall this movie was not fun for me. It was more of like I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
So on the other side of this, is I actually appreciated or like enjoyed the unexpectedness of the fact that it was not.
There were some unexpected scenes that were just like, wow, they did that?
Yeah.
He did
and
that?
I felt like that kept happening, and for me, then I just kind of mentally reset and said, okay, this is not a comedic thing.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Some super serious stuff happens.
Oh, so,
like straight up.
Yeah.
To main characters.
Where you're like,
to main
whoa,
characters.
right, main
Definitely.
characters.
Yeah.
No main character is safe, essentially.
Yeah,
right? We'll
basically.
say that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what more can we say about it? I think...
Are you ready to score it?
Let's score it. I think you should start us off because you are passionate about your score.
Dude. I'm starting it off, dude. All right. Well, so this movie had so many things going for it. Blockbuster cast. I like everybody that was in the cast. Storyline, it's just a crime drama about money and the mafia. That's all it is. So I'm not going to take points away from that because like that can be done in so many different ways and be enjoyable. But this movie lost me with its tone, and it lost me with there was some things in there that in my mind I was like, if they did it this way instead, it would have been so much better and so much more, it would have fit the tone more of like, oh, this is still like a comedic journey through the underbelly crimes. There was things that could have been written differently to me in my mind. And so for that, I feel like you can wait for this movie to come out in streaming. This movie could have came out on HBO Max or Apple TV or something like that. Straight to streaming for me. I'm going to give this movie a 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
This is an average movie to me.
All right,
this
6.
Is an average movie.
6 is cool. It's not a 5.
This is an average movie. This is not something that I will tell anybody to go see at the movie theaters and spend $20 to go see. I will tell you to wait and see it. And that's just how I feel.
Okay.
It didn't hit with me. I love all the actors in it. I love Doctor Who. I love all the actors in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, it just didn't work for me, man. And I wasn't ever bored. But that does not mean that it's a good movie to me just because I'm not bored. So 6 out of 10.
All right. So conversely, I feel like
Conversely?
Conversely.
Are you using big words?
Oh, yeah,
now?
big
I don't
time.
even know what that means.
That means my opinion is a little bit different than Cude's in that I did enjoy it more, but I can pick out some stuff that made it not quite that perfect movie for me, which was there were some plot holes. There was a couple plot holes which I'm like, okay, technically if I really want to poke holes in this, I'm able to for certain moments. Most of it made sense. Most of it took the direction where I didn't expect something, then I could have anticipated something.
Yeah.
And I feel like overall, I still enjoyed it. Overall, the cast was great. It wasn't the Snatch, that kind of film that we were expecting, but I was surprised enough times from the plot and from the characters
there were some surprises, definitely.
that I enjoyed it in that respect. So after I kind of reset my mindset, then I was able to really enjoy it. That said, I'm actually going to give it an 8 out of 10. All right.
So we will meet in the middle. We're at a 7 out of 10 for the fresh
7 out of 10 fresh score.
So this is a good movie.
Yeah.
This is a good movie. And in that case, you should definitely go see it.
Yep.
You should definitely go see it in the theaters. It's a 7 out of 10. Any 7s or above, you should go in the movie and see it.
Yes, I think that's really, if we have a 7, that's
7
worth,
out of 10,
worth going
you
in
should
the
go,
theater.
Yeah, you should go to the theaters and see it, dude. So, I don't have much else to say.
Yeah, I would say
I wish they would have done more at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because they do wrap it up. They do wrap up everything with a nice little bow and everything. It's all cute and everything. But
Sure.
I wish they would have wrapped it up in a more comedic, more intelligent way. And that's it.
I think there were.
I have gripes that just take away.
I think for Cude, there were, he pointed them out to me afterwards. He was like, here were the many opportunities where you could have made this comedic, or you could have just tweaked this a little bit and made it a little bit of a different thing.
Something a little different, and it would have been like, oh, it would have brought back a joke from earlier, or whatever the case.
Yes, exactly. Callbacks. And I think for Darren Aronofsky, it's code switching.
But this is his first time doing this.
So he's probably like, let me test the waters. Let's see how the people react to this. If they like it, then maybe I can go a little bit more on the crazier side to go. Because I feel like comedic.
So this is the thing. So people are going to compare this movie to Snatch. That's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
But people don't remember that Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels wasn't as good of a movie as Snatch. It was still cool. It still had the vibe of it. It still had the feeling of it, blah, blah, blah. It still had the cool dialogue and the characters and stuff like that. But Snatch was just a better version of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Guy Ritchie had to do Lock, Stock first to figure out, like, okay, I'm going to tweak this, I'm going to tweak this. The problem with Darren Aronofsky doing this type of movie is his next movie is not going to be anything like this.
Oh no, I think
so. He's not going to make any tweaks, and then so we're not going to get a better version of this like we did from Lock, Stock to Snatch, right? Because Lock, Stock was like a 7, Snatch is like a 9. You know what I mean? So that's the problem, and it's like, I know Darren Aronofsky is going to just go to some other totally random subject matter or whatever, and it just bums me out because, like, maybe he could start with this idea, right? And not use the same characters or idea or anything, but, like, evolve it into, like, okay, my next movie is going to be a better version of that. That's not going to happen. It's kind of like even with Quentin Tarantino, not to go even deeper.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs was not as good as Pulp Fiction. Reservoir Dogs was his entry to be like, I want to make this type of movie.
Yes.
Right?
Gotcha.
And then Pulp Fiction was the pinnacle of what Reservoir Dogs was.
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs, 7. Pulp Fiction, 9 or a 10. You know what I mean? So that's the thing about this movie that bums me out. And that's why I had to give it a 6, because, man, I just know that this is, he's done with this, on to the next. Now he's going to make something that's just totally different. From Black Swan to this, what did he make in between Black Swan and this?
He's had some movies.
He's had some movies in between.
The Whale, yeah.
Oh yeah, The Whale.
Yeah.
So even The Whale cried the whole time. I love The Whale. Whale, 9 out of 10 movie for me.
Yeah.
The Whale to this, totally different movie. So it seems like every single movie, he's one of those directors that isn't focusing on a style and more of he just wants to experiment. And that's all good, but like I wish he would just focus on a style for like a 3-movie set. They don't have to connect or anything, but like I don't know what Darren Aronofsky's style is. I'm lost. I'm lost on it. I'm lost on his direction. I'm lost. And I know I've been rambling on this whole thing. I might cut some of this. But that's why I have no hope for anything after this in that style. And this was his one and done, and it's just not good enough. But it's a 7 out of 10 fresh out score. We will give it that. And you should go see it, I guess.
I think you should go see it.
He thinks you should go see it.
We think you should go see it because we gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, we gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we did.
We committed.
Yeah.
And I hate you for it. But yeah, thanks for watching Fresh Out. I'm Cude.
I'm JC.
And definitely go see this movie in theaters. And before you go see the movie in theaters, you should like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Please, that helps us out. You don't have to like pay anything yet.
just comment.
Until the next video, and then we'll have our Patreon set up and all that stuff.
There we go. There we go.
No, we're not. We're not doing it.
We won't, but...
Yeah.
Hit those comments, hit those likes.
Hit the comments. If you disagree with me, I'm totally wrong. 6 out of 10.
Let them know.
This movie's a
Let
10
them
out of 10. Argue with me. I'm petty. I'll argue back with you, dog. Please.
It'll be great.
Just go in the
It'll
comments,
be a lot of fun.
Bro. Go in the comments, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Peace.
Peace.